I'm Nancy Cavey, National ERISA and Individual Disability Attorney. Welcome to Winning Isn't Easy. Before we get started, I've got to give you a legal disclaimer. This podcast is not legal advice. The Florida Bar Association says I have to say it, so I've said it. However, nothing is going to prevent me from giving you an easy-to-understand overview of the disability insurance world, the games that disability carriers play, and what you need to know to get your disability benefits. So off we go. Today, I'm going to be exploring more about multiple sclerosis. And I get a lot of multiple sclerosis questions and claims. I work closely with the multiple sclerosis community here in Florida. And I want you to understand the basis of an MS claim because I think there's always more to discuss. And so let's get started. I'm going to talk about three specific topics. What you need to know about the multiple sclerosis impact scale, motor component, and the multiple sclerosis walking scale and your ERISA disability claim, the bowel symptoms of multiple sclerosis and your claim, and relapses that are found to drive disability claims in the first year of MS. Got it? We've got a lot to talk about today, but we're going to take a short break.
Have you been robbed of your peace of mind from your disability insurance carrier? You owe it to yourself to get a copy of Robbed of Your Peace of Mind, which provides you with everything you need to know about the long-term disability claim process. Request your free copy of the book at caveylaw.com today.
Welcome back to Winning Isn't Easy. What you need to know about the multiple sclerosis impact scale, motor component, and the multiple sclerosis walking scale, and your ERISA disability claim. Progressive multiple sclerosis MS is characterized by impairment of motor and walking function, and it gets worse over time. If you have an ERISA disability claim, you are going to start out by filing a claim where you have to prove that you can't perform your own occupation. And I think that it's very important that you review your medical records before you stop work and apply for benefits, and of course that you have the support of your doctor. That's crucial because the disability carrier, as part of an application process, is going to closely review your application, your medical records, and the attending physician statement form that your doctor has completed. Now, what's important about this is that disability carriers are always looking for an objective basis of the diagnosis of MS and testing that corroborates the extent and nature of your functional restrictions and limitations. Now, there are two tests that the disability carrier might look for in your claim. The first is the multiple sclerosis impact scale motor component, MSIS-29, and the multiple sclerosis impact scale motor component, MSWS-12. And this is part of the expanded disability status scale, EDSS. You may know that EDSS is a clinical tool that's used to evaluate MS and regularly used by doctors in not only the diagnosis, but in determining functional restrictions and limitations. Now, both of these tests are patient self-reported questionnaires, and they're used to try to get a sense of your reported disability, and in particular, your motor function and how your motor function deficits have progressed. This tool, I think, is very helpful to understand the progression of MS and helps your doctor with treatment options. But I also think that it can help prove to a disability carrier the progression of your motor function issues. However, I'm going to flip it a little bit in that sometimes disability carriers, I think, are looking for these kinds of tests so that they can create a reason to deny or terminate claims. They're going to cherry pick your medical records and your reports of activity of daily living, looking for inconsistencies. So if you say to your doctor or report that you have trouble walking, but you say on your ADL forms that you go golf or you walk the dog, the carrier is going to be scratching their head saying, isn't this inconsistent? Now, that's important because your doctor is relying in part on your self-report in assigning the restrictions and limitations. And if you're inconsistent, the carrier is going to say to the doctor, look, this person isn't truthful, and change those restrictions and limitations. So honesty and consistency is the key to getting your benefits. But I think honesty and consistency in reporting to your doctor when you're doing these self-reporting testing, it is important because the doctor is going to be relying not only on your report and your exam findings to consider whether there's been a progression and to come up with a treatment regimen. Again, consistency is crucial. So please be truthful and your self-report to your physician of your symptoms and the progression of those symptoms. Got it? Let's take a break.